Yeah, man. Want to talk about Mercedes Mone. You know what I'm saying? The CEO, everybody's boss, including your boss. I wanted to talk about her because, when you're as good as she is and when you're at the top, it's so easy to try to be dragged all the way back down to the bottom with all the normals. And that's what Mercedes is right now. She's just so great that she's not having the impact on TV and in AEW as people would like her to have on the surface. And what I mean by that is it's all surface level stuff because Mercedes has made a huge impact with just her presence and just having girls have their biggest matches with her. These are things that they can put on their resume when they leave the company. If they don't even stay with AEW, they can say, you know what, I wrestled Mercedes Monet. And it clearly gets you, big cachet across the industry because it gets you big signings, gets you big jobs and big checks. You have to be great if an organization like New Japan is literally creating a championship for you in the strong style championship, women's strong style championship. They did that for her. What has remained the same is Mercedes' work rate. It's top notch. Whether you love or hate her, she's top notch through and through. Arguably the best in ring woman performer in the business right now. I would put Athena over her, slightly above her, just because the year she had last year was just incredible. And it's kind of under the radar because a lot of it was in the indies and a lot of it is in ROH. But that's Tony Khan. As for Mercedes, she's been putting on chicks, man. She had banger after banger with Chris Statlander. That definitely is going to help her down the road, and I'm sure it's going to pay off even more for her. Willow Nightingale's gotten a rub from her because of the strong championship, that whole thing on her first run. So Willow got a rub from that. And then how can we forget? Actually, you know what? Not yet. I'm gonna play the clip first. Hold on 1 second.
The sky's the limit for her. Whether it's in this company, another company, she's going to be far bigger than she is even now, Mariah May.
I agree. I think we need to get there with Mercedes, and the way we do that is through story. I think story is such a powerful tool that if they actually go out of their way and tell a solid story like we saw with Mariah and Tony, that we could elevate whoever Mercedes is in that ring with, and it just hasn't happened. Story.
Well, actually, Chuck, I have to interject here. Chuck makes a good point. Mercedes helped make Stephanie Vaquer rich.
Yes.
So that was helpful to Stephanie having that match with Mercedes at Forbidden Doors. So fair point on that.
Yeah. I mean that is definitely a factual statement. But
See, I had to play the clip just because I don't want to just come off as right, which I like to come off as sometimes. But I have to prove to you guys out there that your boy, he know what the fuck he be talking about. And to be acknowledged by those gentlemen who are one of the best in the business right now, doing this thing, this streaming thing, talking about the wonderful business of professional wrestling. So for them to acknowledge your boy, shout out to y'all. Salute. So yeah, but I had to make the point there. Yeah, she put on Stephanie Vaquer and made that woman extremely rich as she got on her horse and ran that SOB all the way to the WWE Performance Center. And now she's she's two belt Stephanie now. She's just won an NXT championship. She's their top woman star right now in that promotion. But none of this happens if she doesn't wrestle Mercedes Mone. Let's be clear. And it wasn't the first time she wrestled Mercedes. It was the second time. The first time was on Mercedes' first run before the ankle. And then the second time was at Forbidden Door, which WWE was happy enough to oblige. So to say that Mercedes Moné ain't putting people on and giving them rubs is a little short-sighted, but I understand it. It's because, she's doing it in a way that's not as conventional. It's a little unconventional because of the professional wrestling business today is a little unconventional. You can have a match with someone and they can get signed by someone else, or vice versa, whatever. It's kind of like the Wild West right now when it comes to wrestling talent, and it's a good thing. There's nothing wrong with that at all. But yeah, Mercedes is still early in her run. You know what I'm saying? Now I want to get back to Athena. Like I said, I think Athena's the top right now in the business for me, and I have Mercedes right next to her. But man, oh man, could you imagine those two in a collision course for that TBS championship? It has to happen at some point, and what better place to happen at All In? Hopefully we get that meetup at All In, because all roads must lead to someone that can be on her level, and what better person than Athena? So we see how that happens. But yeah, just wanted to check in, talk about, give a little love to Mercedes Mone, because she's doing great work, man. And every other chick is getting credit. Why the hell she can't get the credit? Why? Because she works for AEW and not WWE. If she worked for WWE, man, oh man, she would be praised a lot more than she's being praised now. But it's the times, man. It is the times. But like I said, what remains the same is Mercedes Mone work rate. Straight CEO status.